It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got Marshawn Lattimore, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Falcons and the Saints on EA Sports.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the New Orleans Saints taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they too come in off the bye, so we should have 2 teams that are eager to get back at it.
And players are creatures of habit. You can bet they enjoyed the time off, but you know they're also ready to get right back into the swing of things.
From his end zone, here's Rashid Shaheed. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center after 9 seasons as a Raider. Derek Carr is the guy.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Carr's throw caught by Olave. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down.
Second and 1 at the 29-yard line.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
On play action, it's Carr. Downfield, and he's got Olave. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally, and then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The Saints at 8-2 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. This defense for the Falcons very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And the Falcons force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
And a confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Ritter and the Falcons now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Check white.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Injury on the play, and that's the last player you want to see hurting. The quarterback, Desmond Ridder. Now, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. To throw is Heineke. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Pete Werner, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Heineke. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Heineke to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pressure gets there on Heineke, and down he goes. Pete Werner, now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here 1st and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing so well. The worry now is that after a few extra days off, they'll be sluggish coming into this game. So I've heard that he spent more time in practice working what they call good versus good, starting offense versus starting defense. They want a fast start in this next game.
On play action, now Carr. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And it's 3rd down. You talk about this Falcon defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap, because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain, Oh, yeah, they'll take that one all game long.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves them with a first and goal.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they come up now, second and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Yeah, this is going to depend on the spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the second quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Adam Prentice. His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And, Charles, maybe that's one they had dialed up. Hey, if we're in a 4th and goal situation, we're going to our muscle.
And you can feel the boom, boom, boom all the way up here where we sit. The earth was shaking, and he found his way into the end zone.
Yeah, but that's such a great guy to have around the goal line, isn't it?
Indeed it is. It's a great extra dimension to add to your offense. When you can finish things with power, that's hard for a defense to deal with.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. The drive will start with an option going left. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Tyrann Mathieu showing off a bit on that stop. Really nice tackle for loss. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield.
And nothing but puts it on the carpet. It's out. And while all of that was going on, we have an injured player out there in need of some attention. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Let's go now.
First down, Heineke. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Zach Baun charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Heineke now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Heineke. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Fielded at the 20. Wiggles free. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. 2nd down and 6 now. Kamara try the right side.
Holding offense.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Throwing now is Carr. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The Saints on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now it's the backup Winston. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Tyus Bowser blowing that play up.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect it. They're going to try for it on 4th. Winston stays out there. They're indeed going. It's Winston. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Heineke now looking to throw on 1st down. And complete to Drake London. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Only able to gain a couple there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown! Mac Hollins, his 4th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have got it back to within a score.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Alvin Kamara and the Saints set to start their next drive. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
He doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Kamara gets it again on second down. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Well, a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. A first down throw for Heineke. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, bye weeks, they're over. We've once again got a full slate of games to get to as we take you around the NFL here in Week 12. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Colts on top as that one approaches halftime. Michael Pittman, a touchdown reception. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And that one's gone to halftime with the visiting Jags out in front. Travis Etienne with a touchdown run. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Ryan Tannehill's thrown a touchdown there. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward. We're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon in charge.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready at their own 25-yard line. He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Back to throw, Ritter. Throw left side, there's London.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Robinson will try to pick it up, and he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 47-yard line.
Ready?
Ritter will set up to throw it. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally set.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Pete Werner able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach, trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 21. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
We call a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Here's 3rd and 6. Now Carr. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on 4th down tries. They're trying again. They do go for it. It's Carr. Escaping the pressure right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
If there's one thing they are lacking in, is confidence. They took a big and maybe unnecessary risk going for that 4th down. He put them on his shoulders, though, and paid off the big-time gamble.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Now a play fake. Carr. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
On second down, Kamara. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Three quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Again, it's Kamara. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Second down from the 8. They can get a first down by reaching the 5. To throw his Carr. Toward the pylon, Carr. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson from 8 yards out. And the Saints are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Lutz with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Ritter and the Falcons now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 21-yard line.
Here we go.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
Opposite, green, Smith red, blue check.
Ritter throwing on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Big strides, look at him go. Kyle Pitts, touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, 79 yards. And the Falcons have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just one score. All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Ritter will throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. A give to Kamara running right. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Now 2nd and 3. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
At the 44-yard line.
Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. The 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 56 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. 2nd, 3rd guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Trying to take this home, they'll run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Saints extend their lead, and they are about to get to a 9-2 record.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Lutt's good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage.
Falcons 16.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So now Ritter and the Falcons down by 12. 1:54 on the clock. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger.
Ready, set. Let's go now. Hut.
Ritter. London holds this one in. Here's 2nd down and 3.
Ready.
Here's Ritter.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts in the middle of the field. That should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
Ready.
Now Ritter. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long. Ritter looks to throw it. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that one.
They're down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. Shoves him away. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Carr. And that will be incomplete. So Carr will exit stage right, and on is Lutz for the Saints field goal. And this one a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And now the attention on the Falcons offense. Trailing in this one now. 1:06 to play. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete.
That's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill. When your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon, there's an incompletion right there.
But just over a minute to go in the football game. 2nd and 10. Ritter now. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
It's a loss of 14. Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
3rd down pass.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Set, ready, check, pick.
4th down, big play. Here's Ritter. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. Thank goodness, that means this next drive is going to begin 1st and goal already at the 5-yard line. But down 2 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to go for it. They must have thought they had a play to dial up that they could get it. It didn't work out.
They must have thought, as you pointed out, they had a play, and they were probably looking at the number of possessions that they thought were left in the game. And down 2 scores, they must have felt like they couldn't risk not taking a shot here and giving up that chance.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Prentice, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are closing in on a 9th victory on the year as they extend their lead. And this win now going to look a little more lopsided on the scoreboard, CD. Now, some may have run out the clock in that scenario, but they wanted to put their foot on the gas, get one more touchdown, and they did just that.
Well, partner, I would say the traditionalists not overly excited about that score. They'd like to see the game played a little bit differently. But what you can't argue with is their execution of that play, because it played out exactly as it was drawn up. It almost would have been a shame not to finish with such a well-run play.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Ready up. Here we go, here we go. Set.
A final shot now for Ritter. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the 2nd half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
Yeah, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence and made it happen for a victory.